So this is one of the most simple ways that you can use right away to start lasting significantly longer during sex. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can manifest your ideal life. If you want to learn more about sexual mastery, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified when I release new videos. Make sure you get my free ejaculation control course through the link in the video description below. So in this video, I want to teach you how to breathe during sex, with the primary goal being to last longer without ejaculating as a man during sex, right? And also to just increase your overall pleasure during sex as well. So the breath, the mind, and the body are very interrelated. When you're in certain mental states, it directly affects your body and your breath. For example, if you're feeling stressed or depressed, there'll be a tendency to be holding tension in the body, and the breath starts to become very shallow, and it's often up in the chest, up high, right? As a man, controlling your ejaculation and developing sexual stamina is all about developing a mind-body connection. And a really simple way to bridge this gap between mind and body is to work with the breath, because the breath, again, connects very directly to our mind and the processes of the body. It's important to understand that ejaculation is a function of your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response. So if you want to avoid ejaculating, then you have to learn how to keep yourself in the parasympathetic state, in that calm, rest and digest state. And the key to doing this is avoiding stress and tension in the body and in the mind. Tension and stress in the mind starts to create tension and stress in the body. Likewise, tension and stress in the body creates tension and stress in the mind. Basically, when too much tension builds up in your sexual center, you release through an ejaculation, right? So the number one foundational tool for ejaculation control as a man is learning to breathe properly during sex. So before I share the actual practice, it's important to understand that if you want this to work, if you want to develop these changes and develop ejaculation control, this is a skill that you develop, and this takes training. If you don't practice, if you don't train, you will not see the results. So you must start to set some time aside every day, every other day, whatever, to start training what I'm going to share with you. And you want to practice this by yourself, first of all, alone, to start to gain some consciousness around your arousal response in your body, gain some awareness about what pushes you over the edge to ejaculate and what helps you hold back from ejaculating, right? Working with yourself, practicing with yourself is the best way to do this, basically, to really start to understand the processes that happen in your body and mind. So first of all, just notice, what's your breath like right now? Just close your eyes and just feel your body. And just observe, how are you breathing? Without trying to alter it, just notice, how am I naturally breathing right now? If you're like most people, your breath's probably pretty shallow. It may also be coming up from the chest. This is an unhealthy breathing pattern, right? And this is something that will push you more into stress responses, the sympathetic response, which triggers ejaculation. The next time that you are being sexually stimulated, whether that's by yourself or with a partner, notice what your breath is doing. Notice how your body reacts. Notice where you start to tense up, and notice, does your breath stay slow and deep, or does it start to become shallow in the chest? So just this exercise alone will start to teach you a lot of body awareness. And then what you want to do is practice belly breathing. So place your hands on your belly and take a deep breath. Try to push out the hands that are on your belly as you inhale. Hold the breath for a moment and then exhale. And see how much you can slow down that inhale and exhale. So what you'll want to do is practice sexual stimulation, focusing on keeping this breathing pattern going. A deep, slow inhale. Hold the breath for a few seconds, and then a deep, slow exhale. You may find it harder to stay aroused. That's totally fine. It's totally normal, because you're starting to focus on other things. And in fact, that's one of the main benefits of this, is that typically during sex, we're so focused on what's happening, what we're feeling and what we're seeing, that it overexcites us. This gives you something to anchor your mind with that is other than sexual stimulation, which helps you to calm your mind. Your energy flows where your mind goes. So by focusing on the breath, you keep your energy calm and contained. And you'll notice you actually can hold much more pleasure in your body. Sex becomes much more pleasurable when you're breathing deeply, because you're creating more space for the breath during sex. And now the next thing you can practice is intensifying the breath. You really want to focus on this long, deep, slow breath, but try intensifying the breath. So like a sharp inhale, hold the breath for a moment, and then a sharp exhale. Breathing from the belly. And what I found is that, during more vigorous sex, as the arousal starts to build, this type of breathing pattern really helps me keep my composure, basically, right? And also experiment with making a sigh or a slight moaning type sound as you inhale. So you take a deep breath. As you exhale. So this moaning type sound helps you to move energy in the body, helps you to move arousal. Try that. So what you want to do again is, as you're stimulating yourself, as you're practicing this, first of all, try your normal stimulation, right? Which is very unconscious. You're not paying attention to your breath or your body. Just, see how that affects you. And then start to integrate this breathing practice, making sound, and notice what that does for your ability to contain your arousal. And then the last thing I'm going to share, another breathing trick that you can add in, is experiment with breath retention and breath subjugation. Breath retention is where you take a breath and you hold it. You hold the breath at the end of the inhale. Try holding it for as long as you comfortably can during sexual stimulation, and just notice how does that affect your ability to control ejaculation. And then try a breath subjugation. So you exhale all your air out and hold that. And hold the breath out. And just notice, how does that affect your arousal? And it's going to be a bit more difficult to hold the breath outward in the beginning, but with practice, you can really develop longer periods of time doing breath holds. And then the last thing you can do is incorporate all of these things together. So as doing this intense inhale, hold the breath for as long as you comfortably can, and then do an intense exhale, making some sound. Hold the breath out for as long as you comfortably can, and continue that cycle. Experiment using that during sexual stimulation and notice how that affects your ability to last longer without ejaculating. And once you start to practice this with yourself, it's going to feel awkward in the beginning. It's going to feel like you're, multitasking, trying to do two things at once, which you are, right? But as you practice, this will start to become natural for you because you're ingraining new patterns. You're releasing poor sexual habits, which are causing you to, not last as long as you want during sex, and reducing the pleasure that you're feeling. And you're starting to build new habits, which will allow you to last longer, have more control over your ejaculation, and experience much more pleasure during sex. If you practice this regularly, it will very quickly start to become natural, and then you can start to integrate it into sex, and you'll find yourself naturally breathing intensely, exhaling, making sounds, holding the breath in, holding the breath out. You'll be able to start incorporating that during sex, and you will start to significantly improve your sexual stamina. If you want to learn more methods of controlling ejaculation and learn methods to have non-ejaculatory orgasms and have sex for hours, check out my 12-week course, Multi-Orgasmic Man. I'll put more information in the description of this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Have a great day, my friends.